Okay, so let's take a look at Microsoft Loop and also compare it with Notion, right? So we'll take a look at some of the features of Microsoft Loop that is currently released, and we will take a look at how it fares against something like Notion, right? So first thing, we will be signing in. So I'm going to use Outlook account. So right, I will click on get started with loop. It will open up in a new tab, right? Now in case of Notion, let's see, this is my workspace. On the left hand sidebar I can create the documents by clicking on add page, and it will open up blank page like this. Now in case of loop, you will find that it will show you dashboard like this, where you have getting started page, so that you can get an idea. Now to create a new document in loop, you have to click on add new workspace, right? So let's name this workspace something like this. So I will create a new workspace under which I will get the sidebar that looks like Notion, right? Now here currently it is untitled page, and I'm giving some option for these templates, right? So here you can see project brief, team decision, project planning, meeting note. There are more templates as well, so you can explore them. Click on explore other templates, right, and you will find them here, right? They look pretty much same like your Notion. So team decision, project planning, meeting notes, right, and so on. Then comes issue tracker, you can see. Now the thing is, here on the page you will have an option to create page title. So I will name this demo. Instantly on the left hand side my sidebar will react, and you will notice that it has the page name demo. Now here it asks me to start typing, right? So if I use @ to find someone, currently only one person exists, so that's not of use. Next I will use /, then it will generate the option that I can use here. Currently you will notice that compared to Notion, it has very little number of options for your / command. So heading, table, checklist, and so on, right? Task list, voting table, progress tagger, and date label, images, and so on, right? Now let's compare this to your Notion, and here let's see, we start with empty page and we use /. Notice we have a lot of things like basic blocks for text, to-do list, headings, right, divider, and then comes media like image, bookmark, video, audio, file. Then comes your database where you can have table view, board view, right? But this is for Notion, and we are interested in our Microsoft Loop, right? So if we compare the two, you will find more option in Notion, less option in Loop, right? So let's type in something. Right, so let's add table into the document, and here I will use /, and let's pick a table, and here you notice that it created a table. Now if I want to add more number of columns, so what would be my option? So let's find out. Here you can see you can add the component and delete this particular table, but currently in order to create multiple columns we have, let's see, option of tab. So I will move from this tab to next column. So as you can see, currently it only allows me to do that. So if I select this, I can move up and down and delete it, right? So let's right click and insert. So the command is basically right clicking on one of the column. So column to the right, so it works similar to Excel. So if I do this again, insert column to the right, so we now have like 4 columns. I can rename this by selecting. So here I will say ID. Let's change this to name, and then say phone, and finally say email, right? And then if I choose to add new row, I can simply use tab and it will add up. So it works similar to your Excel, right? You can also use new and it will create another row. You can use it for, let's say, 1. Right, so as you can see, it also allows me to spell check. I can select this and also add the user. Right, there is also option for stop checking for this, and you can do the editor settings where you can choose variety of options like spelling, grammar, autocorrect, rewrite, and so on. I can click OK and those editor settings would work out. Right, now the thing is, you have option to even organize the columns, right? So you have like all these options where you can even do the same till the last column. Then it becomes harder to do that, right? But we managed to do the table here. Now let's add some other component, something like, let's say, task list or voting table. So I will choose voting table, but we don't have people right now. So let's say right, so here can have this voting table, allow other people to vote, and they vote, it would add up. So this is kind of like pretty cool voting table there. Now next slash command I can use is, let's say, something like progress tracker. Let's go here. Here you can see I can add project management task, like say task 1, and some person is going to do that. So I will use @, then add that person, then add their progress, not started, in progress, completed, off the track, right? And then I will select their date on which they are supposed to end the progress or work, right? There will be blockers, so I can add the blockers as well. So it works on a same principle as that of project manager. So it seems like Microsoft Loop is designed to help more of a office user and corporate side instead of it being any generic tool like Notion, which lets you add it for all type of users and niche, right? So that's one of the command. We looked at voting table, progress tracker, and right, so now as you can see we can go through all these as well, but I'm just sticking to some of the easier ones later, right? So for now let's take a look at image. Here I have to select the image. So let's see if I choose any pictures, right? So we don't have those options, right? So let's hope I choose one image, box plot, and it gets added like this, right? I can look this particular image. I can right click, add some text, also make as decorative, right? So you can find that there are limited options for editing your image, but you can add that within your loop document. Now let's right slash now to something like, let's say, a person. We already tried emoji picker. I don't think it's useful in our context, I can use date, so there will be some date, let's say 11th, and it says tomorrow. If I change that to 25, you will have the date left part. So if I click on it, you can even delete it. There isn't any option based on what I can see, right? So if I go forward, say forward slash, right, then pick a label. I can pick a label and show particular task as low priority, priority low. Please take a look at Notion instead, right? So we managed to add some task which was low priority, and as you can see, like this I can work around with loop documents, right? Compared to Notion, currently they don't have a lot of features. They do have some collaborative features and features that are specific for office user, but other than that I don't think it is ready to fight against Notion yet. So maybe in near future it will have option for AI. Most likely a lot of things we here will be automated, and there will be subscription obviously, and it won't remain free. But apart from that, let's take a look at share options. So I can link to this page from share button. Then there is also component option that I can check. Here you can see the link I can share with people outside, and there is also loop component. Right here you see loop component I can link to, and that would be one more feature to cover. So as you can see, with forward slash command or right slash command, you can pretty much do most of the tasks. Still generic, but you can do document formatting with it, and it looks pretty cool, but it is not yet ready to replace Notion yet.